Hello and welcome to the Quest for Games. I'm Jerry, and in this video I'm going to do an unboxing of a new Kickstarter I just got, Earth Abundance, which is an expansion for a Kickstarter I got a while ago, Earth, which is one of my favorite games. So without further ado, let's rearrange the camera to the table and start the unboxing. Okay, so here are all the goodies I got with this Kickstarter. I did do an add-on for soil resources. These are wooden soil resources. I did the addition with the add-on for the soil resources because I can always use more. So this is my pack of replacement. Because I got the first printing of Earth, I added on the pack of replacement cards for Earth. There's nothing, as far as I understand, there's nothing different about these cards. Now I'm struggling getting them open again. So I did add on the reprint because I have the original Kickstarter print version 1. And as far as I understand, the cards are pretty much the same as the cards that I have, but the iconography has been changed a little bit to allow it to be easier seen and used with people who have some color blindness problems. I mainly did it to try to make sure that the iconography on these cards match the iconography in the new box. But as far as I understand it, all these cards are the same as the cards that are in my original Earth game. They're just a reprint that has some coloration changes for color blindness. I got more wooden tiles for soil. These are a new resource called Seeds. This is a leaf token for the 6th player because this expansion allows me to go and have a 6th player. I don't know that there's anything else in this. Oh, this is a new upgraded wooden token for the 11th victory points, for 11 victory points. I'll leave these out so you can maybe see them. That was not an add-on. That came because I kickstarted the expansion. That was their gift. The next thing I did add on was the Abundance Weather promotion cards. So there's a little rule sheet how to play it, and there are new weather cards for the game. I will do a how to play for both Earth, which I'm surprised I've never done, and how to add this expansion into Earth. And I will talk about how you use these weather cards. And when I said I'm surprised I've never done that, the reason I'm sort of surprised I've never done that is because Earth is one of my favorite games. Okay, so there's all the add-ons and the gifts. So let's get into the actual expansion box. Box looks pretty normal. It's a, Inside Up Games, Earth Abundance on the front, and then what's in the box on the back. It does say that the age on it is 14, and I don't know, 14 seems a little bit low. You can probably play it with younger people. I guess it's all depends upon your mentality. If you're really a super competitive person, then 14 may be the right age so that they don't feel like they're getting beat up on or something. But the game mechanics aren't that complicated. So I think the 14 is more a maturity thing than it is anything else. So, okay, here we go. So we have a new thing to add to each one of the player boards. So these are boards that go on the bottom of your current player boards. So since I had my Earth right over here. So here's a standard Earth player board, and these are meant to go right at the bottom of your standard Earth player board to give you what abundance adds to the game. One of the things abundance adds to the game is these seed resources. So we have those boards. There's an additional set of some cards. I'll open this one in just a minute. I have some the wooden trees or growth. I have more of those. These actually may look a little better. Looks like the construction might have been a little bit better on these than on the ones that I got with my original Kickstarter. In my original Kickstarter, you'll see, nope, I still have some of the same problems. The bottoms are not bored out quite correctly to make it so that they stand properly on each other. So you'll get this gap and they'll wobble a little bit. But they're nice wooden tokens. And then the caps for those wooden tokens. So for the growth, the caps that go on the top of these. Colors don't really mean anything, but there's the caps for the growth. More of the sprouts, which are green wooden cubes. More sprouts. And you'll see here in a minute why I'm getting more of these resources. There's a score pad. There's a score pad. Instructions on how to play abundance. Instructions on how to play abundance. Nice QR codes at the bottom for how to play videos and rules and frequently asked questions, but it's not a huge instruction manual, 7, 8 pages. Yeah, the solo modes on the back, and then like a little aid. So the instructions are basically what it's add into the game is 6 pages of instructions. So we'll get a good look at these and figure out how to play. So here is part of the reason why there's more resources, a 6th player board. In my original Earth, I have enough to be able to play with 5 people. And I have played the game at 5 people at a player count of 5. And it's still really fun and it doesn't slow down, which is one of my favorite things about the game. So now with this expansion, I get a 6th player board. So I can now play with a 6th person. And based on the way the game plays, I seriously doubt it's going to slow down. It's interesting that that folds in half. I have a new center board that allows you to play in teams of, in this case, it's a team of 3v3. And on this side, you have team 1, team 2, and team 3. So you're playing 3 teams of two players. Here's the cardboard chits that have those seeds that has the player piece, the 11 VP token, and all the soil pieces, which so the Kickstarter gift gave me wooden soil, wooden seeds, the wooden leaves for the 6th player, and the 11 VP token. But the base game will be just the cardboard chits. There's a fun little abundance achievement sheet. And then there's an insert in the bottom of the box. I don't know if this is going to be in retail or not, but be careful. While I was filming this, I tried to take the insert out and it's glued to the bottom of the box. But it has all the names of all the people that backed Abundance on its first day. So I will go back to the full camera for this, but you can see it's quite large. There were a lot of people that backed this. I'll have to see if I can find names of people that I know in there. So the last thing is these cards that came with Abundance. So there's a new deck of cards. So it's got a new deck of cards. So there's 3 new ecosystem cards that are double-sided. There's 3 new fauna cards that are also double-sided. There's 2 new climates to play with. Those are double-sided also. 2 new islands to play with that are also double-sided. We have player aids. We have player aids. There's 6 of these. Then we have more of the basic Earth cards. There's 70 of these, and there's a mixture of flora and events. So there's a new event, and I'm sure the top of this is all going to be events. So those are all new events. Sorry, I have the cards towards me. These are new terrain cards. And then these are all the new flora cards. They look pretty much the same as my old ones. I'll be interested to see how I gain the new seed resource. They're new fauna, they're new plants. As far as I can tell, I don't know. I haven't memorized all the plants that are in the current game. There's tons of them. But what I was looking for on the card was something that said, this one creates a seed. And right now I'm not seeing any icon jumping out at me that says that this card creates a seed. Okay, so that's the unboxing of Abundance, the expansion for Earth. I'm really excited to get this on the table, go through the rules, try to figure out how to play. Like I said, I'll do a video on how you play Earth, the base game, and then in addition to that, how to play Earth with Abundance. And I'm really excited for a 6th player because I need that many players, right? But one of the really nice things about this game, and a little bit of a spoiler in case you don't know, But one of the things I really like about the game is there's really no downtime. When I am taking my turn, everybody else gets to take their turn and they run their engine. So it's an engine building game for the most part. And if you don't know what an engine builder is, basically an engine builder is that I'm setting up some sequence that when certain events happen or I can do something to trigger it, my engine runs and I get either a ton of resources or I get a ton of victory points or something that's beneficial to me. Earth is an engine builder. Other things that you might be familiar with that are kind of engine builders is Wingspan here. There's a bit of engine building to that. The whole way that you can break it of I'm just going to build out my egg row, not worry about any other birds, and then I'm just going to keep running my eggs. When I go to do my birds, I have a bird that is a carnivore. So if there happens to be a mouse out on the dice, I get to put a mouse token on my card, or I get to tuck a card underneath that card. Those give me victory points at the end of the game, right? Extra tokens, extra cards, they give me 1 victory point apiece. So there's more to it than that. This is an engine builder that allows you to take your turn. And when you're taking your turn, the other people get to do something at the same time. Just to give you a little taste, and the reason why I think this game is so great and there's no downtime is that when I take my turn, I get to choose one of these 4 actions. Let's just say I chose this action here. I get to play 2 cards into my tableau, paying for them and all the rest of that. I get to draw 4 cards, but I have to discard 1. Everybody else gets to play 1 card and draw 1 card, and then everybody runs their engine. So all the tableau of cards you have sitting in front of you, you will do things with those cards and gain resources, gain sprouts, grow growth, all of which is giving you victory points. But so even when it's not my turn, I'm running my engine, I'm taking some part in the other person's turn. One of the things that I've heard about that I read when I kickstarted Abundance that I'll have to see how you do that is some of these cards have things that say when you're running your engine or when you're doing things, if a if your opponent has something in their tableau, you can take advantage of it. So you'll be able to start playing off of other people's tableaus and get yourself a little bit more player interaction. There's apparently some things that will allow me to, on top of playing off of somebody else's, give somebody else a gift or something like that. I don't know. I didn't read anything that said there's any of that kind of take that says I can stop somebody or I can prevent them from doing something. It all looks like the interaction, as far as I could tell from the Kickstarter, and I haven't read the rules, I just got it. But as far as I could tell from the Kickstarter, it looked like it was all I'm using their tableau now to gain something, and I can I can give gifts to people. So I'm looking forward to all of that. I'll go read the rules and let you know how it goes. So that's the end of the unboxing. I'm sorry, this got a little bit more winded than I expected. As you can tell, I do like the game. With that, I did kickstart this. My channel's not sponsored. Any reviews that I do are my opinion. I don't get any money for any of this. If you like what I'm doing, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. And with that, have fun playing games, and I'll see you next time. Bye.